Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to just share, I guess, a new journey that I'm taking. I'm taking a journey through the land of tarot. Anyone who's been on my channel for the last few years know that I collect tarot decks and oracle decks, and I usually state that I get them for the artwork. I love the artwork. If the deck resonates with me, I get the deck. I bought my first deck when I was 19, which was about 21 years ago. And I used to read on and off for like my friends, myself, but I always read from the guidebook. And I've always meant to really go deep into tarot, to really learn tarot. And I would always feel intimidated because there's so much, there's so much there to work with. The symbolism, numerology, Kabbalah, the elements, all these different things, and how all these things interconnect and play off of each other, and all this other stuff. And we're not even going to get into spreads. And so I've always felt intimidated. I just, so I always put it off. So now I figure now's the time. I'm a stay-at-home mom. It's been about a year, but I'm starting to get a handle on things. It was a very big adjustment for me. So I'm starting to get a handle on things. Although it's summer now, so my oldest is home all day as well, so it's different. It's different than, she's in school and the youngest is here. She comes home later in the day, blah blah blah. So, but anyways, I'm taking this time to dive in. Okay, so let's start with the deck I'm going to use. I'm using this deck. You see, because the glare, my lighting is like crap, but it is what it is. I think I'm going to use these decks, and I'm going to say why to both Rider-Waite-Smith decks, because I actually would prefer to use this one because I have small hands. This is like a smaller version of the commemorative deck. Yes, this is the Centennial. So it's in a tin. So it's small. I have small hands. Like, look. Like, you see how that fits in my hand? I have small hands. So I love this deck for that. And I thought this would be the perfect deck. But I wanted to write the keywords on the decks. And so, I just didn't think there would be enough space on those. And I didn't want to write on that one. So this is not the special edition or limited edition one of this that had the nice vibrant colors, which I would love to have that deck, but this is not it. This is the regular edition. And so what I did was I wrote the keywords, well, on this first card I wrote it on the bottom, and then I realized some of them have more words, longer phrases, and so it wouldn't fit. Where I don't know if you can see, but at the end I had to kind of double up over here. Is it over here? No, over here. I had to double up. Come see how close I can get. I don't know. It's blurry, but I double up on the words there. So then I decided to write it on the side of the cards, like that. Well, the pen I was using at first was the Sakura Micron archival pens, and I thought that would be a good, because they're archival, they're made to last, to hold their color, to not, bleed through your papers, to not like discolor or erode your papers. I don't know how to describe it, but anyways, well, they started smudging. So like, I don't know if you can see here, this last word here, it's smudged. It's smudged. So then I decided to use my Staedtler pens. I can't remember if they're archival or not, but I used the Staedtler ones, which you can see they smudged. So then I decided to use Sharpie. I think I'm sure before here, but this is a definite bet that these are Sharpies. So then I decided to use Sharpie. Well, and that's fine. So I think before I go in further, then I decided to write the elements on here. So I used the elemental symbols and I wrote them in using the color that symbolizes the elemental symbol. These are also the Sharpie, not pens, it's the permanent markers, ultra, my camera's just whatever's whatever. The ultra thin tips. And okay, so like in here, so you can see I used the symbol. If you can see, if it stops being blurry, it doesn't want to. Anyways, I used the symbol and the color 10, and then I got to air. Okay, so air is yellow. Can I tell you how the yellow Sharpie, you can't really see it. So I...
It's on the TV.
Huh?
It's on the TV.
Oh, you want My Little Pony again?
Yeah.
Okay, go inside.
But he won't come.
Deanna! Deanna! Here she come now. Put on My Little Pony for your sister, please. My Little Pony. It went off. Thank you. Anyways, okay. So I think for air, I'm just gonna write it in the black Sharpie and maybe use like a yellow highlighter. Whatever. So I think when I'm just learning, I'm gonna use this deck. And then when I get to the exercises where I'm doing one card draws, I'm going to use this one. So this one to just kind of get familiar with the meaning, and then when I want to move on to interpreting or looking at them, really looking at them, this is the deck I'm going to use. So there's that. The book I'm using is Learning the Tarot by Joan Bunning. A tarot book for beginners, and I really like it so far. I got to save because I was using this book to write down the keywords, but I am up to lesson 14, which is dealing with the which is dealing with the court cards. I like how she breaks it down. So I mean, like, you go through kind of like the difference between major arcana and minor arcana, different types of readings, and then she goes over card, like interpreting a single card, and then like card relations, and then she goes over like the aces, so what aces in general means, and then breakdown of aces for each suit, kind of thing. So I'm really liking it. I know as you get on, there are actual exercises. So depending upon the exercises will determine which of these I use. That's how I'm going with it. So we'll see. But so far I really like this book. I am taking notes in here, which is a good size journal. And, you know, I love owls. I love owls. And look at, they're so cute. The glare. I'm so sorry. You can't even, there you go. Oh, so cute. Okay. And they're on the back, too. And I actually like this company, Piccadilly. I've had a few journals by Piccadilly. One, I don't know if I would say it stood the test of time. I've had it for 3 years or so, and you could tell the spine it's seen better days, but I like it. I like the paper. It's very substantial paper. So as you can see here, so I started out by writing about the major arcana, and then what I did was I got information about the Fool's Journey, and so I just kind of printed it and taped it into the book. And then I'm trying to decide how I want to divide up this book. Like,
someone didn't use the bathroom.
huh?
Someone didn't use the bathroom.
You have to use the bathroom?
No, someone didn't use the bathroom.
Okay, well don't worry about it then.
I'm gonna go.
Okay. That's my busybody. She's going to the bathroom. Even though she said she didn't have to go. And then, I started taking notes on when I was talking about aces, and then once I finish court cards, I'll write my notes on that. I'm thinking of dividing it in half so that, see, this is my dilemma. Because along with doing the exercises, I do want to do one card pulls. So I think for the exercises, actually thinking on it now, if I'm doing it that way, I'll use this for the exercises, maybe, again, depending. And this is definitely like one card draws. So I don't know if I should divide this to one card draw section and exercises section. I don't know. I haven't decided, but whatever's whatever. So that's that. Now I do have other tarot books, and some I felt I don't know. I just kind of cursory read through it, and I felt a little overwhelmed, but we'll see. So this one is Tarot Interactions by Deborah Lipp. I have not really gotten into this one yet. Like, I haven't even really perused it or skimmed through it or anything yet. But then I have the Tarot Bible, which I've made, placeholders. No. Go ahead. Close the door. She just got up from her nap a little while ago, so she had on her pull-up because while the potty training has gone great, she's, but just to make sure we're not having accidents in the bed right now, it's pull-ups at nap time. So she wants to change back. I also have Simply Tarot, which I've had this for a while. I've not really... See, this is just really definition. Card meanings. You get some little basic things about, like, the court cards. It talks about age ranges, coloring, signifiers, things like that. And then it goes into like keywords for like cups, wands, swords, pentacles, blah blah blah. And then it has birth signs and timing, so for like the court cards. So it goes into some things, and then really the book is just, the card definitions, traditional points about the card, modern meanings, reversed, and then key points. Alright, I'll be there in a minute. So that's Simply Tarot, which I don't know, haven't really delved into. Now these three are more, getting to know cards. So there's the Secret Language of Tarot. So I have that. I haven't decided what I'm going to read next. If it's going to be this one. 21 Ways to Read Tarot, which I did start reading this a little bit. 1 minute, baby. I did kind of start reading that, but I don't know. So, but it's a toss-up between the Language of Tarot and then possibly the Tarot 101, which is another one that I kind of started to get into. I think it might be Tarot 101, though. I'm not sure. I also have the Holistic Tarot book. I think it's called the Holistic Tarot book. but that's in one of my boxes still, and that is just way too much for me to get into right now. So, but yes, so that's my journey, the beginning of, and I just wanted to share. And you know, if anyone else is starting a tarot journey or on a tarot journey, finished tarot journey, wherever you are, I would love feedback or suggestions, or we can even trade tips and tricks or whatever, blah 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 blah. So that's basically it. So thank you for watching, and blessed be.